Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, to fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short case. Ray Pinker will let us know in good time.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to stop him with one round.
What are we waiting for?
Hey, can you give me a hand? I got a hard case I need to break.
There you go.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn evidence.
What are we waiting for? Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
You beat her up so bad. When I found him, I returned the favor.
What are we waiting for? Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
I don't want no part of it. If the captain finds out, we're dead.
What are we waiting for?
You beat her up so bad. When I found him, I returned the favor.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
Hey, can you give me a hand? I got a hard case I need to break.
What are we waiting for? Hey, Cole, let's get moving. What are we waiting for?
I don't want no part of it. If the captain finds out, we're dead.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving. What are we waiting for?
That bum took a swipe at me. I put him down in my sap.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving. What are we waiting for? Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
You beat her up so bad. When I found him, I returned the favor.
What are we waiting for?
Hey, you think those Vice...
What?
It's him, the cop from the newspaper.
Greetings from sunny California. When's it gonna stop?
Five George is en route to 496 Broadway. You have another assignment here, Central?
A fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a reputation. You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows maketh the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base. Hey, come on! That guy there will lead us up.
I'm steeling myself for what I'm about to see.
That'll just be another dead body, partner. Get used to seeing them. They're the gig when you're working homicide, Phelps.
Detectives,
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
No drag marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
This isn't what we're looking for.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same. There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
Sounds like he has the matrons of the neighborhood running scared.
He certainly does. He seems to hold court up here. He likes it up on this hill. You should do something about it.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks, ma'am.
This guy was willing to rat his own mother after I'd sweated him.
Ja, ik hoor je nog. Ja, ik wist niet eens en dat je er nog steeds was, joh. Ik dacht, je was al weg. Maar, oh, op die manier, ja toch? Ik ben gewoon, ik ga even een spelletje spelen. Ik denk 1 uur of zo. Maar heb je geen huiswerk of zo van school? Heb je geen huiswerk van school? Nee, die heb je al af of zo. Oh. Ja. Oh, hoe doe je dat dan? Ja. Maar hoe doe je dat dan? Dus, door zijn e-mailtje of zo? Huh? Wat zei je? Ja. Ja, iets over school, ja. Ja,
I think we ought to invest.
Phelps!
7824
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we...
Oh, you bother. Leave me alone. I fought. Where's my wife? Nobody cares about me. I took a
We're
bullet.
looking
Nobody
for a
cares
tall
about
man
me.
with a disfigured face. You know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
Ah, the bum isn't here. We should follow the lead. These guys can wait. At least the rain stopped. We can change back into those white bucks now.
Slow down!
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
Oh yeah.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guys, what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look.
Maar slapen jullie moeder also?
You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
Alleen jullie twee zijn wakker.
You wrote the number down on that dress. Is it there?
Oh, gezellig. Gezellig.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Nou, goed. Ik ben nu zelf bezig een soort van een zaak aan het oplossen. Ja, ik ben een soort van een detective.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got...
Het is heel leuk en leerzaam hoor. Ik raad je wel aan om het te spelen.
That feeling, Rusty?
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic type show a particular disposition for
us. Om echt die zaken te kunnen oplossen.
Hey, Cole, let's get moving.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Terrellson? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Terrellson?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Terrellson, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
it's procedure. You see to your girls.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Terrelson? Let him search. You got nothing to hide.
Operator, give me R&I.
You want to hear something funny, Terrelson?
Putting you through
Some
now.
bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules them out as a
Phelps,
suspect.
badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks. Need to check if she was a regular. If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Incidental.
So she went out without her handbag? At least she was spared that particular indignity. She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. We could see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene. I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
Nothing significant. It doesn't appear to be connected. Optimistic, Cole. I wonder why the picture was turned down. Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
For the record, Mr. Terrelson, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
For the record, Terrelson, did you kill your wife?
Oh my God. No. I didn't kill my wife. And fuck you for suggesting it.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
And?
I was playing pinochle with some of the guys. Teresa had a few belts too many. She said she wanted to go out dancing.
Mr. Terrelson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Spill it, Terrelson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
In sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, Lars.
And you're the perfect husband, I suppose.
If Bobby Ross doesn't confirm your story, we are going to come back here and pick you up. This doesn't look good, Lars. Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Easy.
Gents, drink?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrelson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
We don't have time for you to be making guesses. What time was it exactly?
Hey, give me a break. I don't remember it to the second.
was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Betty.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates?
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. We can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Bates! We just want to talk!
Come on, we got a ride. Get in and drive.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
God damn it, get after him, Cole.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Hit him! Clean this asshole off the road. Phelps, you gotta get me closer.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the victim.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out. I'm trying to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
Let's end this farce.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Give it up, LAPD! Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead, and your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Any messages for me?
Just a second. You have one new message from Lieutenant Fleischer. Bartender Benny Clough reports victim Teresa Terrellson last seen entering the yellow cab number 3591.
Can you have an APB put out on that vehicle? We'll need all sightings relayed to car 11K.
Sure, Detective. All radio dispatch now.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man.
Thank you.
Paraplu's en regenjas.
Oké.
Car 11K, we have a... response on your ATV regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
Hey!
Where's that cab got to now?
11K, yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitburn. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitburn, 11K. Crown at 56 at this time. Further on your ATV on yellow cab number 3591. Vehicle identified at Reggie's Cafe, heading north on Whitburn. KGPL clear.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It was a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
This officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive. Officer needs help. Bank of America, 7th and Olive, at 211 in progress. Shots fired. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
Another accommodation.
Phelps, leave him be.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
Wauw. Je meent het.
Doesn't tell me anything.
I can't believe Teresa's dead.
Maybe if... No. Nope. Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
We've got Sailor Boy offering himself up on a plate back at Central. Let's go.
Watch it, will you?
Oh, dit is ook grappig dit.
See him? Saw his picture in the paper. Worked that case with the lady cut up like the Dahlia.
Latest thing.
Wat doet die boven, die gast? Wat is dat slaapwekkend, zeg. Valt wel mee.
He's in interview 2.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab, and I caught a bus back to the base.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. We got on a bus, and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American, 249. I went past her place. She jumped off, and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
Zeg Bert, ik speel dat niet.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
That's not how I'd put it.
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard. Three suspects in the can and one on the hoof. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, Cole.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, could we have Lars Terrelson picked up?
11K, roger. in the vicinity in any Central unit. A 211 is shots fired 410 South Flower Street. Unit that can handle code 3, identify.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
I'll need to run the loop.
We're not going to drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
All-American 7-4. Let's go get him. This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some leg work.
Hachi.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am. Nope, still no sign of him.
Did you doze off, Rusty? I think you slept through my solving the case.
Yeah, very funny. You just give me a nudge if you see him, all right?
How about you nudge me?
I think that's a job for your wife.
쟤야? Hij slapen. Huh?
How long is this bus route?
It actually covers an area around the size of Central Division.
The probability is we'll find it about halfway around.
Bad luck says we'll be chasing it all night.
This is starting to grate a little.
You know, whatever happened to the joys of rigorous search? Dogged police. Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
They went out the window about 2 blocks ago.
Hey, this could be a Cole Phelps I'll grow to love.
Don't count on it.
Continue to respond,
There's the bus, Cole. Turn on the siren and pull her over. That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers, left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
Any Century unit, a possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Ga deze zaak oplossen, dan ga je staan.
7825, code 6.
There's people there! Whoa there!
Wat? Mijn naam is Van Arras. Ja?
LAPD! We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far. Easy mistake oversetting. We need to hold out the cavalry.
How do we do that?
Like this. Keep them down, fellas.
If you want
Killing
your
make you
rightful
feel
share,
powerful.
we need to fight for it!
Get that disfigured son of a bitch and the rest of his acolytes.
Kies je hem. Okay.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Zie je? Ja, maar niet vandaag. Dat is wel best lang geleden.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Ik denk 3 teamen.
Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
Ik denk dat het niet gaan overleven.
We need your help, Jack. I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a
my.
part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack.
Krijg
A
je ook
local
nog een
gangster,
medkit eruit?
Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
Krijg je ook nog een medkit eruit?
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors. But they've been moving it on to addicts.
Hier zat de kist.
And they can't cope with the majority.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying. And that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney?
Ik heb een wapen.
This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your
Dit is
mess.
een shotgun. Wil je de shotgun?
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon.
Pas op,
They got to the
andere
top back
mensen.
east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Oh, we zijn met veel. Hier is een shotgun. Die pak ik.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Eentje is hier echt heel dichtbij. Oké, ik kom achteraan.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
Wat zei je? Oh ja, ze zijn daar. Oh. Ik hoop niet. Nee. Oh, maar dat had ik ook echt niet gered. Want hij heeft geschoten. Dus 20 HP of zoiets.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession. We can charge the bum with murder.
All units, officer needs help. 415 and shots fired. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. 313 Bunker Hill Avenue. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
I get the point.
We're going this way.
Ja. Okay.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
Nou, ik ga
Of
deze
course,
zaak
selected big guys
oplossen.
for flamethrower duty.
Daarna
That's
zie
how you
je
got the burns.
man achter een
Life
soort
expectancy
grendel is,
was
dan ga je
5 minutes
dus
for a guy in flamethrower detail.
afsluiten.
What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have
Bij
no
het einde.
recollection of the
Ik denk
people
dat er
I've
wel
killed.
voor mensen komen, maar niet zo heel druk, denk ik.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrelson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for them.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
Nee, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed,
Ja.
but I've killed many of them.
Eén iemand landt bij ons huis.
Their necks are so
Die
fragile.
moeten we gaan pakken.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
Wacht even.
You have an alibi? Someone relied. Someone who will be around on the day of the trial.
Fuck your trial. The capitalist system needs another victim from amongst the masses. So be it.
Ja, kom maar.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
Yes.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrelson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line.
Eerst op het dak.
A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Ja, zaak opgelost.
Zullen we naar deze huis?
Wat zie je? Koekjes? Ja, goed dan met koekjes. Wat zei je? Ja, ze waren wel lekker, ja.
Achter is iemand.
And now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that
de kleur was
you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't
Maar ik had eerder moeten eten eigenlijk.
Don't
Ja, het was 8 maart.
me singing this torched song when I'm burning.
Maar ik heb alles. Ja, maar vraag mama haar dan zag ik eten was ook hetzelfde.
course we will look
tafel.
into it. Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
On broker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want.
Nou, ik weet niet van jou, maar ik ga
Then
niet
get out to the
slapen.
railroad
Ik heb mijn
depot
zaak
on Santa Fe
opgelost.
Avenue.
Degene is
We have
gearresteerd
another
die
poor
moest
unfortunate
hebben
found this
eten. En
morning
nu
beside the railroad line.
ga ik lekker slapen.
14-year-old white woman.
Morgen weer een nieuwe zaak.
Right, Skipper.
Oh. Hij heeft iets paars. Oh. Ja.
Another body and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Oh, er zijn meer
Exactly.
mensen.
Did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass, Phelps? Is that what your old man paid college tuition for?
Er is één iemand gereboot. Yep. Oh, hij is echt low. Eén iemand heeft een sniper. En ik heb geen bultmats. Heb je bultmats? Ik heb echt nodig. Ik denk wel. Double. Ja, ik heb hem. Ja, ik heb hem. Er zijn...
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He ran, for God's sake.
And he always maintained he was set up.
Gently.
Ja, best wel.
Officer needs help, 103 and B.
Dan mag je de Big Shield. Big Pot. Oh.
How can I help you boys?
Ik heb er twee. Heb je AR ammo?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway,
Sniper ammo?
LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
Er zijn mensen.
$50?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky
Er zijn
you're
mensen
getting
hier.
I have the rings right here.
Hieronder. Hij komt hier naar boven, ik ga hieronder.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip.
Oeh. Wil je die? Jij mag hem wel. Jij mag hem wel.
Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Here's an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build. Dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
Ik heb launchpad,
We'll be in
dus
touch,
als we naar
Mr.
cirkel
Bremner.
moeten en we moeten ver, kunnen we makkelijk gaan.
Nou, hij tegen hij spreken later.